You have distinction.
And when he showed up for Dynasty, I said, John, I get to marry you in this one.
You know, I love this dress, and it matches your eyes.
Oh, well, Nolan Miller.
Yeah.
And?
What else? Nolan Miller.
Nolan Miller.
Where would we be without Nolan Miller on Dynasty?
Oh, he did my clothes for Big Valley. And he always had a problem because he had to minimize my shoulders because they were so big. So when we came on to do Dynasty and the shoulder pads came in, I mean, I looked like a football player.
I saw you in one the other day, and it was massive. It was like 2 growths on your...
I know.
People copied it. Within a year, they were all dressed like that. So we started the trend. Didn't you do a lot of merchandising?
We all did merchandising because it's what we had to do. I mean, I remember somebody came up for Christmas and gave me a puzzle of myself with the fur coat on. I don't know how anybody put those pieces of the puzzle together in the fur.
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, I remember. And then the most hideous plate I've ever seen with you and me and John on it. I mean, it was just so ghastly.
I love the perfume. Forever Crystal. They brought in a man that's called the Nose. And he came in and he brought all these different scents, and I had to actually choose the ones I liked because they really wanted to do it for something that I liked.
And do you remember the dolls?
Oh, yes.
Does this look familiar? Look at that. Talk about a bouffant hairdo.
Wait, I think I have
But they've got your eyes. It's got your
look
eyes.
at that.
Actually, the expression, it's really good, actually. It really is. The hair's different.
I remember this dress no one made for me.
I know. I remember that too. It shrunk a bit. And down here is Alexis Morel Carrington Colby Dexter Rowan.
I remember that dress.
I remember it too. I wore it in jail when I was sent to jail with the hookers and the drug addicts. And
how appropriate, Red.
Don't you dare walk away and leave me here, damn it! Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
Let's say hello. Darling, I thought you were dead.
Coming up, Pamela Sue Martin and Al Corley share memories of Fallon and Stephen Carrington.
Boy, we are a pair.
Gordon Thompson discusses the fun of being evil.
I really was a son of a bitch.
And a look at our hilarious bloopers.
I said I'd be in Albuquerque alone.
When Dynasty Reunion, Catfights and Caviar returns.
Among Dynasty's talented cast, Pamela Sue Martin and Al Corley played my children, Fallon and Stephen, born to a life of privilege, but determined to have their own identities.
Oh, God.
Sweetheart.
Oh, it's been so long. It's good to see you.
Well, the dates
How many
look
years?
good.
20 or 40.
You guys are exactly the same. Have you been staying here?
So are you.
Being at Filole after 25 years. Remember when we shot the pilot?
Oh,
the 3-hour pilot?
I remember that scene that I did with you when you saved me from that snob when I was getting married.
That snooty wedding planner?
Now, which music will you prefer?
The Mendelssohn or the Wagner?
Is one better than the other?
Neither is very Occaron.
I think what Miss Jennings actually had in mind was something a little more obscure. Say, Bach's Siciliano from his flute sonata in E-flat major. You do know it, don't you, Mr. Afferton?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
How do you feel about a woodwind ensemble, Crystal?
That's where I realized that I had an ally with you in the house instead of all these other people who were trying to get rid of me.
But it was the first time that in a mainstream TV or any time on television, I think, that they had a gay leading man.
You mustn't be ashamed, Stephen.
I'm not. I'm lucky. It was very special for a while.
You loved him.
Yes, very much.
Well, that doesn't make you any less a man.
I had no idea also how important this character was to a lot of people. The letters that I got that said, this is the first thing I've ever seen where I can actually go to my parents and I can tell them, you know, hey, look, there's somebody else. There's a face to all this.
Her characters were so unique because she was so bold and so strong and adventurous, and you were sensitive and you were introverted. She was the boy that Blake always wanted.
The rich are different, Crystal. Don't make any mistake about that. See, the poor cut back in hard times. That's why they're poor. The rich know that's the time to spend. The game is called $1 Million Spit in the Ocean. You just can't go around beating up every man in Colorado I sleep with.
Try me, Fallon. Try me. You're married to Jeff. You'll make that marriage work. Do you understand?
You know, Pamela and I were the anarchists of the family. You know, the two people who knew all of these evil little secrets and could care less about the power, could care less about the money.
Yeah.
They knew that they could rely on their love.
Here I am, scandal of Colorado, and here you are.
Blake Carrington's mistake. Boy, we are a pair.
Remember how after our mother left, I couldn't sleep for 6 months? I used to come in here and we'd hold hands in the dark.
In a way, these were two people that were trapped. They were trapped by their wealth, and they were trapped by all this stuff, and they were both squirming to get out. He was trying to live out his life. Fallon was trying to, and then we went off and did that.
When you said that you were going to leave, you said, I have to get off the show. I said, this ship is not sinking. Don't leave it. We are just going into being like the #1 show. We just become the #1 show. And you were saying that you want to leave and get on with your life. And I'm saying, but this is your life. This is a life.
I just felt like I'd been inside a studio for a long time, and it was time to get outside, outdoors. And I did go outside. I was riding horses and traveling and whatever, and it was good. But it was a good life here, too.
I just want to say that I'm really happy that I got a chance to come back and see everybody here.
I can't tell you how thrilled we are, Crystal.
Dynasty's most ruthless schemer was my son Adam, played by Gordon Thompson. If Adam had a soulmate, it had to be his mother, Alexis.
No, boy,
My brother.
Hi, you look just wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, you son of a bitch.
You're all I knew you made me, sweetheart.
Yes.
Good to meet you at this long last.
Finally,
Yeah.
25 years.
Wow, sit down. You did have some extraordinary scenes. You had such venom. You really were able to go from being charming and sweet and, oh, what a nice guy, to being so evil. And it was something that came over your face as you were able to do that really evil, manipulating thing. It was great.
Thank you, Joan. I cannot tell you how exciting it was. I was Michael Torrance, I think, in Billings, Montana. Then I finally found out that I actually was a Carrington.
Yes, you were kidnapped by the nanny that was working for us. The nanny disappeared, and they wanted a ransom for you. And then they never came through.
25 years ago, almost to this very day,